Franz Kafka, born in 1883 in Prague, was a German-speaking Bohemian writer whose outstanding works hugely influenced modern literature, especially the magic realism genre. Kafka's life was characterized by a profound sense of anxiety, alienation, and existential dread, themes that defined his writing and which he explored through surrealistic events and imagery. Even his flagship novella, The Metamorphosis, was a poignant reflection of his own personal struggles and how they influenced his take on human existence. He was born into a middle-class Jewish family, the eldest of 6 children. His father, Hermann Kafka, was a successful businessman, his mother, Julie Lowy, from a well-to-do family. The dynamics within the Kafka household were fraught with tension, particularly between Franz and his father, because Hermann Kafka was a relentlessly dominating figure. Hermann imposed strict expectations on his son, leading to a strained relationship that was to haunt Kafka throughout his life and permeate both his sense of reality and his storytelling. In fact, this paternal conflict is often cited as the most significant influence on Kafka's writing, as it powered his exploration of authority and the individual's struggle against oppressive forces. Kafka's education involved a series of academic pursuits, which ultimately led to studying law at the German University in Prague. Though he excelled in those studies, his passion was writing. He produced a substantial body of work, including short stories, novels, and letters. But, lacking confidence in his remarkable talent, published only a fraction of them during his lifetime. His most notable creations included The Trial, The Castle, and his now famous masterwork, The Metamorphosis, each reflecting his unique narrative style and personal thematic concerns. The Metamorphosis, a novella published in 1915 and Kafka's most widely studied work, begins, shockingly, with the transformation of Gregor Samsa, a traveling salesman, into a massive insect. This surreal premise, a powerful metaphor for alienation and loss of identity, appeared to mirror Kafka's feelings of inadequacy and estrangement from society, particularly family and work. Gregor grapples with his new form amid progressive rejection by his family, yet initially remains deeply concerned about his inability to maintain his role as their primary breadwinner. This twist thus highlights one of Kafka's foundational themes, that of societal pressures defining individual worth. As the narrative unfolds, Gregor's family finds him increasingly repulsive. Their disdain symbolizes the fragility of familial bonds and the ease with which love can turn to scorn, echoing Kafka's experiences of feeling isolated and misunderstood by his own father. But Kafka's analysis of identity and the human condition runs even deeper through his exploration of the themes of guilt and shame, burdens which further complicate Gregor's sufferings. For Gregor's transformation, though not at all his fault, nonetheless leads him to question his humanity and worth, as he becomes increasingly aware of his family's growing resentment, which reflects how this sensitive author himself felt, trapped in a world demanding conformity and success, while devaluing authenticity and artistic expression. And then there's what Gregor's boss demonstrates. His reaction to his stricken employee becoming an insect symbolizes the dehumanizing effects of modern society, where individuals are consistently reduced to mere cogs in a machine. Again, a theme which resonates with Kafka's real experiences in the bureaucratic legal world, where he felt unfulfilled and stifled, and found many of society's mechanisms totally absurd. Hence, Kafka deliberately embedded his storytelling with lashings of absurdity and surrealism, which, along with vivid imagery and precise language, deeply enhanced each narrative's emotional weight. In The Metamorphosis, The bizarre nature of Gregor's new situation is juxtaposed with the mundane realities of family life, creating a dissonance which underscores the existential themes. Despite a tragically short life, ending in 1924 with Kafka dying at just 40 from tuberculosis, his influence on both literature and philosophy turned out to be ubiquitous and immortal. Not only have his works inspired countless writers, artists, and thinkers, but the term Kafkaesque has entered the lexicon to describe situations illogical, surreal, and oppressive. Kafka's exploration of alienation, identity, and the absurdity of existence, and his ability to both create empathy and stimulate discussion, continues to resonate with contemporary audiences. His experiments in unraveling the complexities of human existence through absurd and surreal storytelling have made him one of the most influential, significant writers of the 20th century. On his deathbed, still low in self-esteem, Kafka told his friend Max Brod to burn most of his writing. Thankfully, instead, Brod completed and published a large body of Franz's work. One wonders what a certain overbearing father might have said, had he lived to hear his son's writing praised by Albert Camus, Jean-Paul Sartre, and Eugene Ionesco, and to learn that little Franz almost single-handedly inspired the literary genres of magic realism and existentialism. Have you read any of the works of Franz Kafka, or come across the term Kafkaesque without knowing its backstory? Please tell us in the comments, and also share, like, and subscribe to help keep world literature alive.
Kafka's unique Tao exposés of the conventions of his so-called civilized world echo the wry philosophical imaginings of the legendary Voltaire, whose Candide awaits comparison in episode 23.